Today we're going to model something simple, a small low-poly diorama scene. It's not strictly a game asset generation workflow, but the pipeline is pretty much the same. I also wanted to show that Manifold can handle low-poly assets just as well. There are a few features I want to highlight in this video. One of them is the new assembly system. It's basically a non-destructive, parameter-driven asset generation pipeline. You don't lose any data since everything stays editable. Here, I'm using voxels to generate a smooth, rock-like mesh. You can pretty much shape it into anything. In this case, I'm creating a platform-style rock base for the diorama. Another feature we just used is roughen. It applies noise with parameters like frequency to offset the vertices, basically breaking up the mesh. This helps remove that perfect artificial look, since real-world objects rarely have perfect 90-degree angles. It also helps reduce that tiled, modular feel and adds a bit of randomness, which makes everything feel more natural and polished. Now, I'm creating some small foliage, grass, and whatever that is, maybe a tiny cactus. One of the nice things about low poly is you don't need perfect UVs. As long as you have something usable, you can just sample from blocks of color. I like using gradients in the palette to give a bit more depth. It really helps low poly assets pop. We are going to work on the palm tree. I will first deform a cylinder with soft selection and then apply remesh. Then I will apply roughen again to give that signature look of palm tree box. There was a bug I found in the last video. The extrusion tool's handles were not scaling with the cursor if the target mesh's scale is not uniform. Fortunately, I have since fixed it. Unfortunately, we won't be using extrusion much today, so I won't be able to show you the corrected handle. For the leaves, I will do the same. Soft select and form a leaf. Then, I will simply place the leaves on the tree. The composition of the tree can be simple for our style of choice. A bark and a few leaves placed well should do the trick. In retrospect, I think a few coconuts would have made it better, but I will leave that for next time. For those curious, I would create a cube, then subdivide it and run it through the sphereize action. That should give us a good looking coconut. I could then run it through the destruction action to create some pieces of coconut shells on the floor. Now I'm making a sunbed chair, you know, those beach or pool lounges. I model one side, then just mirror it to finish the shape. This part is another assembly feature, cloth simulation. It's GPU based and works on a quad mesh. You can quickly get natural looking cloth that drapes over objects. You'll notice the boundaries, that's the simulation space, which we keep limited for performance. To make collisions work properly, I generate a proxy mesh for the bed. Then I bake it and run quad remesh. At this point it's sitting at around 1 million polygons, so we clean it up and redo the UVs. I briefly consider adding thickness, but it works fine as a thin towel-like surface. This might be a good time for a quick segue into Manifold3D. Manifold3D is currently open for testing on Steam. So if you're looking for a Unity or Godot friendly 3D modeling tool, feel free to give it a try. It's free to try at the moment. One of the questions I get a lot is whether Manifold3D is a Unity editor asset running inside Unity. It's not. Manifold3D is a standalone application built specifically for game asset creation. Our goal is to make it retraining free. If you've used any industry standard modeling software before, you should be able to jump in and use it without that usual transition pain. Another nice thing is that Manifold3D is subscription free. You buy a version and it's yours to keep, no lockouts, no expiration. We haven't finalized how future versions will be handled yet, but you won't suddenly lose access because of a subscription ending. Alright, that's enough for the quick segue. Let's get back to it. This isn't pre-rendered, this is real time, captured directly in Unity. I think it looks pretty good. That said, I could have pushed the color palette further, maybe different tones, different grading, or a slightly different low poly style. But overall the goal here was just to show what Manifold can do, and I think it does that pretty well. Thanks for watching.